everyone, happy Scrappy Friday. This is a long video for you here. This is the video that I'm subtitling What Not to Do When Scrapbooking. This layout caused me a lot of troubles, and I left a lot of it in so you guys can see, you know, everybody struggles when scrapbooking. So I just wanted you to see how I went through the process and how it ended up. So the sketch you saw in the beginning was one last month I talked about being part of a Facebook group, and Moira O'Reilly posts a sketch every month, and this is November's sketch, or excuse me, October's. I guess it's November now. Wow, it's crazy. Anyways, but this is the sketch. I might end up doing this sketch again because I'm not 100% happy how this layout turned out. I'm not really sure, but I'll let you know if I do. So this layout took me probably almost 2 hours. I'm not even sure the exact amount of time, but oh my gosh, I struggled a lot, and you will see most of it is with the title, but if I had to tell you what not to do when scrapbooking, don't glue things down before you know for sure whether or not that's where you want it to go. So I chose these two pattern papers for the background, and I love this sketch. I really enjoyed this sketch, which is why I might want to do it again. So there's a little close-up of the little puppy's face. I thought that picture was adorable, so I thought I would show it to you. So the sketch kind of calls for, it looked like basically one 12 by 12 spanning the middle of two papers. So I didn't measure, I just cut down this pattern paper, the brown you saw a minute ago, and put it on the other side, and then I glued the other 12 by 12 paper next to that, and then just cut off the extra to go on this layout. And the inking is taking me a little bit extra time. I think my ink pad is getting a little low, but I have a new one, so I want to use it up as much as I can, since if you followed me from the beginning, you know that they're not selling this ink anymore, so I want to use it as much as I can. So I'm just going to cover my whole background paper right now with, this is Scrappy Tape, I believe it's called, and I like this. It's really good, it's really sticky, and it's super easy to peel the backing off of. So since I'm going to put papers all across that page, I just went ahead, and here I'm showing you that the papers weren't completely even, and there was a little tiny bit of white showing. So by inking your edges, you can kind of cover up that white and nobody will even know. So there is the 2 pages of the layout and how they are going to look. So now this sketch also called for, it looked like one piece of paper going across both layouts, and I kind of liked the way this grayish looking paper went. I thought it went well with the photos, and I believe I'm cutting it down to 6 inches there, and then, but it doesn't span both layouts. It spans the full right hand side and then just a part of the left hand side. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink the edges of this one, and so far the layout's going really good. I'm enjoying it. I like how this is going, and what I'm going to do is glue this down on the right hand side, and then I am going to figure out how far I want it to go over on the left hand side, and then I'll just trim off the extra. So I'm just inking the 3 edges. I didn't ink the 4th edge because it's going to be a double page layout. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that one down for you, or for the layout. So I got that one down, and see, you will see here I'm lining them up, and then I'm just going to glue halfway, 3/4 of the way, and then figure out how far over I might want that one, and then I'll just trim that off. So one of my first what not to do when scrapbooking things is, don't cut your photos down before you know which ones you want to go where. I had pre-cut all my photos, and the layout calls for one 3.5 by 5, I think it is, photo, which is why I'm cutting down this green. I'm cutting this green pattern paper to be 3.5 by 5 because I thought I had the picture picked out that I wanted to be the 3.5 by 5 one, and when I went to cut the rest of them down, I had already cut it to a different size. So I was not happy about that, but it ends up working out. I wanted one of those pictures to be the 3.5 by 5. So I figured to make it stand out a little more, I'm just going to matte it with the green. So I'm going to also matte it with the white since my husband's shirt is green. And this is a layout about my husband and the puppy. This is basically his puppy, his dog. He just loves this little dog. So I thought maybe I'd do a layout for him too. It will just go in the family album. So the other thing not to do, don't cut your photo down, your photo mat down too much so that one side barely shows. So I had to peel that photo back up and kind of recenter it. I'm going to ink the edges, and you can see that's the one that I wanted to be the 3.5 by 5. So I'm going to put that down, and I am going to end up trimming off the top and bottom a little bit. I thought that the border of that just looked a little too much. So I like it like that though, because that does help it stand out a little bit more. And I do believe that I add some foam tape behind that one, just to help it stand out just a little bit more too. So here's where I'm adding the foam tape. So again, I'm using the Bella Boulevard Rover collection, and in my last video I asked if anybody minded that I did so many layouts with the same theme, and so far the response has been really good, which is awesome because like I said, that means I can bring more videos twice a week. So great. I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing it that way then. And all right, so I'm going to go ahead, get this photo down, and then I had more photos than what the sketch called for, so I'm just kind of adding in a couple extra. And I'm going to play around a little bit with where I want the photos to go. So this is pretty much how the photos are going to be on the page. And here I'm going to glue this one down. So my other what not to do when scrapbooking, don't glue your photos down until you know whether or not you want them matted. So you're going to see me here. I'm going to pull up. I tried this white pen. I thought maybe I could draw a border around the photos, but I'm going to pull this photo up because I thought maybe I wanted a white border around all the photos to help them stand out against the busy background paper. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this white cardstock down so it has a border. And then I'm going to try to put it there, and I start to glue down the next one, and then I decide I'm not sure if I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put those down, and here's where I decide, nope, I don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the white border. And just a trick for you there, or a little hint, if you don't like the border, you can just trim it off. You don't have to pull it off the pattern or the cardstock and rip it. So now I'm going to glue it right back down where it was before. And now I'm going to start working on the right hand side of the page. So I'm going to glue all these photos down. And I love this paper collection with these photos, and I love that little picture of the puppy. He's so cute. All right. Here's where the trouble begins. So I have these really old thickers. I don't even know if these are thickers. I think they are, but they look like a thicker type of alphabet, and I love them. So I wanted this layout to be called His New Best Friend or New Best Friend, something like that. So I'm thinking I have all the letters for the word friend, but I didn't have an S. So I'm going to go ahead and put down the word friend because I knew that I wanted that on there at least. Well, at least I thought I did. So here's what not to do too. Don't ruin your number 8 trying to make it an S when it's twice the size of all your other letters. I spent a few minutes here trimming down and really cutting down this number 8 to be an S, and I was thinking the whole time this isn't going to work because it's twice the size of all the other letters. And so now I don't have my number 8 anymore, which isn't that big of a deal, but you will see here I'm almost finished curving the edges and spending all this time trimming it down, and I knew the whole time I wasn't going to use it. So there you can see how it's twice the size of the other letters. But I'm like, oh, I'm going to try it anyway. Let's just see what it'll look like. Well, it looks kind of funny. Could I have used it? Yeah, it would have been fine. Nobody in the long one's really going to care, but I didn't like it. So I end up putting those back. So I spent a little time, and I knew I had other brown stickers, and I thought these were the exact same ones, but apparently they're smaller, but they're still really cute. So I find the word best on this one. I had all the letters I needed to spell it. So I'm trying to get it there. I have to keep moving and keep moving it over because I'm impatient and just trying to glue it down without measuring first. So there's your other one. Don't glue it down before measuring first. And sorry about my head. I think my camera must have been moved a little bit in this video, so I will fix that. I actually got my new camera today. I'm very excited to try it out. I think it'll be a little bit easier than using my phone. So anyways, so here's where I'm going to put the word new best friend. And I'm thinking, okay, I like that. That's doing okay. But the whole time I'm doing this, on the camera, it actually looks really good, and I wish I would have left it like this. But what was bothering me is that I felt like it wasn't standing out too much. And so what I'm trying is the old-fashioned technique of outlining your letters. And I'm just outlining the center. Well, I outlined the center of the D. And then with the E, I colored it all the way in. You can see me coloring it all the way in. So my next what not to do when scrapbooking, don't color in your letters until you're sure that's what you want. So I got these stickers out, and I thought maybe I would try that, but the white, the white really blended in. I just was not happy with the way the new best friend was blending in so much. I felt like it didn't stand out enough. But I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's fine. So here I am. I'm going to color in the center of all those letters. And I cut that out because the video was long enough. But be rest assured that all of the centers of those letters are colored in. And even after doing that, I'm still not happy. So I went and found these brown, these are just like chipboard. I believe these are thickers, but they're just a chipboard-like color. So I decide that even after coloring in the centers of all these letters, I'm going to change to these other chipboards. And so here you're going to see me taking off all of the letter stickers that I had first had down. And yeah, all the white circles and everything there, you can't really tell because it is such a busy patterned paper. So I am going to add a few more sprinkles just to kind of cover up where the circles that I colored in are. And I'm going to go ahead, and I've decided that, okay, I'm going to go with this chipboard word friend. So I'm going to glue that down. And of course, this time I decide to use my Tombow Mono Multi-Adhesive. So what else not to do when scrapbooking? Don't use your Tombow Mono Multi-Adhesive until you're for sure, because that stuff is sticky. And yes, the title is going to change again. I tell you, this layout was just... And it all comes down to the title mostly. There was a few other places where I moved stickers, but... anyways, so I decided, yes, I wanted to say, again, new best friend, which it actually, in the very end, it ends up being his new best friend. But I'm going to go ahead and use my Tombow glue to glue all of that down too. And to get it to line up straight, I'm just going along the top since the letters are all the same height. I'm going to use my ruler. So here you see me using my very strong glue to glue down these letters. I guess I could have cut out a little bit of the gluing down the letters, but that's okay. So, gonna get these glued down. And I am gonna try a couple other things with these letters. So I get those glued down, and they just didn't stand out as much. The other brown ones, I decided right away after getting them glued down, I thought maybe adding a little tiny bit of brown ink would help. So that's what you saw me doing there. Nope. That didn't work either. It just, these ones, I was always almost more unhappy with these letters. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take, this is my Studio Calico Brown Classic Tan ink, I think. And I took the letter Z off, and I'm adding color to it with that just to see how that might look and if it would help it stand out. And I'm thinking the whole time, well, that's just making it the same brown color that the other ones were. So I was trying to see if I wanted to add color to all those other letters because I wasn't happy with the new title letters. I wasn't happy with the chipboard ones. So I needed a break from that. So I'm looking around now, and I'm just going to start playing around in different areas where I want my clusters to go. So I'm looking at my wood veneers. Excuse me. So I love that word dog, but it doesn't make it on there again. So just looking, adding a few more things, seeing what I might want. I wasn't too happy or blown away. I did like the puppy in the top left by the title, and I do like the puppy right there on the right hand side. And there was this red little banner sticker that said love, so I liked that there. And then there was this green, and I thought this green sticker would help bring out the green from the matted photo. So that is going to go under the title. And I believe here is where I might, oh no, I'm going to add this border strip along the bottom. The sketch called for kind of some kind of strip along the bottom and the top, and I just couldn't figure out how to add those. I struggled with that a little bit. Like I said, I think I might just do this layout again just for fun because I really like this sketch. But all right, here is where I've decided I'm going to change the title again. So I found this. There wasn't any pattern papers in this collection that were subtle enough to hold the title. So I'm cutting down this 4x6 card, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put my title on this instead because it will stand out a little more. And you could see me there. I held up the Z to see how the dark brown would stand out. So I've decided, yep, okay, I'm just going to do that. I think I will like that better. So you're going to see me here go right back to the very first letters that I had there in the first place. So what else not to do when scrapbooking? Don't waste all your time on just a little title when you're just going to pick what you had in the first place. I'm not crazy about the way the title ends up in the end. I think having it on that pattern paper is a little odd looking, but it is what it is, and I like the layout, so it's not my favorite layout. But one thing I've noticed about layouts that I'm not all that crazy about at the time, if I go back and look at this layout a year from now, I'm probably going to be in love with it and not even notice. So I mean, I might notice now since I'm doing these videos and I'm spending so much time talking about it, but really there's very few layouts that I've gone back and just not liked. So I cut down so I ripped up all those letters that I had glued down with the Tombow Mono, and you can see like quite a few of them still stuck halfway there. So I'm just going to cover it up with this pattern paper, and I had to move it over a little because where the paper got ripped, but that was okay because I had this little puppy wood veneer, and it's going to fit right perfectly in between the D and the picture there. So, and here's the word best. So I'm going to go right back to this word too. Same letters that I had there first. But I'm not going to put the word new, I believe. I think I'm going to get my Tim Holtz letters out that I've been using in the layouts a few times. And I'm going to find the words his and new. First I just get the word new, and then I go back and actually find the word his. I was happy I had both of those words. So I'm going to glue that there, and that's going to make my title be his new best friend. So that finally my title is finished. So I like these wood veneers. This is another wood veneer puppy, so I'm going to glue it down there, and I have to hold the other one, this one right here, a little bit because the picture and the pattern paper are holding it up from the background paper just a little bit where it's getting glued. So the sketch also called for some circles along behind the bottom, kind of back behind this photo here, and it didn't span the whole width, so I thought I would try these wood veneers, but I'm not going to end up liking this either. I just wanted to play around with this a little bit, but I don't have a whole lot of this collection left. In fact, I think this is the last layout I make with this collection. So I played around with those, and I didn't really like how, although now looking at it on the camera, it looks pretty cute, but oh well. So I wanted something on the top right area somewhere, so you're going to see me put this sticker down. So I'm going to glue and push down this sticker, get it. I don't push it down just yet, it looks like, but that's another sticker that I'm going to pick up and move around. And here's another one. When I did my daughter's page, there was a little square that I cut out, and there's two of those pattern papers, so I'm going to use this same square on this layout, and it says hello friend or something like that. I thought that was pretty perfect. So it is going to go in the bottom left area for another cluster. I thought maybe I'd put it there for a little while, but nope, it's going to go down below right there. So I like that, and I liked it with the bone, and I knew I would have to fill in. There's two little gaps now because of it, between the photo and the bone, and then there's also a gap between the three pictures on the left hand side now with having that 2x2 card there. So I fill it in a little bit, I think. I can't really remember, but now I'm looking for something to go along the top right, like I said. I struggled again. So I do know that I like this date one that I tried to use on the last layout. So I'm going to go ahead and get it glued there. And I thought it snugged in really good with the bone. So that's going to be that cluster. And I know I have to fill in that gap even more now. I liked the green. I didn't like how there was so much green on the left-hand side. I can't remember if I add green to the right-hand side or not. But so here you can see I had another sticker that I had to pull up in the left-hand corner. So what not to do, don't glue your stickers down until you know for sure where you want them to go. So you will actually see right now in the left-hand corner, I glued those two stickers down on above the 3 photos on the right there, glued them nice down. You can see me press them down really quick. And now I decide I have a phrase sticker that I want to put there. So I'm going to pull up those stickers again, and here you see me do that. I don't know what the phrase says at the moment. I don't have my layout with me. I got to get in the habit of having my layout with me when doing these, but there you see me pulling that one up, and yes, it ripped the paper a little bit, but you can't tell. So I'm going to pull this one up too because I wanted it to be higher, and I'm going to put that down. So this cluster is finally going to stay just like this. You can see me struggling just to even get that down. So now I'm going to pull up this sticker and it's going to end up on the far right hand side. It was a banner one, so I struggled, but I ended up just putting it on its side, and I thought that was cute. And since there was 2 banners there, I am going to take another sticker. Oh, here I'm moving those stickers around a little more because they didn't fit. So I'm going to take another sticker. I'm not doing that just yet. I'll talk about that in just a minute then. So I added this little tab sticker up in the top left, and that is another place I'm going to put the bone sticker there, or I mean, excuse me, the bone wood veneer. So I'm adding a couple more bone wood veneers and going to get that down. I had that one having trouble staying too because the sticker and the picture was holding it up off the pattern paper. So I just held it down with a block. And now I wanted to add a few. These are Bella Boulevard Puffy Heart stickers, and I'm going to add the red around. Oh, the red hearts around, excuse me, in a few different places. And I'm definitely liking the layout more at this point. The best friend, I do like how it turns out. I am glad that I put it on that pattern paper in the end because I do not think it would have stuck out as much. And those heart stickers, I would not have been able to add those. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't have liked them as much. So here's the other sticker, which had a tab at the top, but I just cut the tab off, and now I'm going to cut a little banner piece so that in the right cluster there will be 3 banners instead of 2. And I just think that looks a little better. So I'm not real crazy about that cluster, but of course they're banner stickers, so they always look funny to me, but I'm just going to leave them anyway. So that is my crazy layout. Thank you for sticking with me if you made it all the way through this video, and I hope you guys like the layout anyway, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks again for watching, and your comments and your likes and your thumbs up. All right, guys, see you next week. Bye.